Surprisingly, Americans consume over 100 million cans of sardines annually. We had no idea this was a $1.2 billion industry built on our craving for affordable, omega-3 rich protein. Today, we're revealing the 7 canned sardine disasters lurking on grocery store shelves and uncovering the 3 tins that are actually worth your money. Subscribe and let's dive into the treacherous waters of canned sardines. First up, the villains of tinned fish. Cloverleaf has been Canada's sardine king since 1892, building their reputation on maritime tradition and genuinely clean, cold-water fish from the Atlantic provinces. For decades, they were the reliable, safe choice that Canadian families trusted for affordable omega-3 rich protein. Their plain sardines packed in olive oil or water are actually decent quality, properly processed fish with consistent texture and clean flavors. The company understood the basics of sardine production and delivered reliable results for generations of customers who viewed Cloverleaf as the trustworthy Canadian alternative to imported options. But Cloverleaf's venture into flavored varieties revealed serious problems with their quality control systems. In 2021, over 20,000 cans of their garlic and chive and smoked jalapeno sardines were recalled due to Clostridium botulinum contamination, the deadly toxin that causes muscle paralysis, respiratory failure, and can kill you within 24 hours. The recalled products showed no outward signs of damage, meaning customers had no way to know they were potentially eating deadly bacteria. Botulism isn't just food poisoning. It's a neurotoxin so dangerous that it's considered a potential biological weapon. When your sardine company is accidentally producing biological warfare agents, that's not a quality control issue. That's systematic negligence that could literally kill customers. The flavored sardines involve more processing steps than plain varieties, creating additional contamination opportunities that Cloverleaf clearly couldn't manage safely. Their processing facilities failed basic food safety protocols, turning what should be healthy omega-3 rich fish into potentially lethal canned goods. They were exploiting their century-old reputation to expand into premium-flavored products without upgrading their safety protocols to handle the increased complexity. They're betting that customers will trust the heritage branding instead of questioning why a company with 130 years of experience is producing contaminated food that requires massive recalls. John West has been Britain's sardine authority since 1857, genuinely pioneering responsible sourcing and sustainable fishing practices that other companies later copied. Their boneless sardines in olive oil are actually well processed, with clean flavors and proper texture that justify their premium positioning in the UK market. The company built legitimate credibility through decades of consistent quality and environmental leadership, becoming the sardine brand that British consumers trusted for both taste and sustainability. Their marketing about quality and tradition wasn't just corporate speak. It reflected genuine product superiority. But John West's quality control systems failed spectacularly in 2022 when the UK Food Standards Agency recalled their boneless sardines due to potential microbiological contamination. Customers had already purchased and consumed contaminated cans before the recall was announced, creating a public health nightmare. The contamination symptoms include stomach cramps, vomiting, and diarrhea, particularly dangerous for seniors and people on heart medications who make up a large portion of the sardine-eating demographic. The recall was handled with typical British understatement, with no broad consumer alerts, while customers continued eating potentially contaminated fish. John West was exploiting their premium positioning and sustainability reputation to sell contaminated sardines, while hoping customers wouldn't notice the bacterial contamination until after they'd already eaten the evidence. Rasheed serves an important market segment by offering sardines at prices that make omega-3 rich protein accessible to families on tight budgets. Their basic sardines provide genuine nutritional value at under $1 per tin, filling a real need for affordable protein in ethnic grocery stores and corner shops. The brand's no-frills approach actually works for customers who prioritize nutrition over premium packaging. These sardines deliver the same omega-3 fatty acids and protein as expensive alternatives, just without the fancy marketing and upscale positioning. But Rasheed's cost-cutting went dangerously too far when the FDA issued a recall in 2016 due to Clostridium botulinum contamination. This wasn't just a quality issue, it was life-threatening bacterial contamination that could cause botulism poisoning in anyone unlucky enough to eat these budget death traps. The contaminated cans were sold for less than $1 each, creating a horrifying cost-benefit analysis where customers were literally gambling their lives to save money on protein. The spoiled sardines had metallic, sour odors and oil with a rancid sheen that should have been obvious warning signs. Botulism is rare but almost always life-threatening, causing muscle paralysis that can shut down breathing and require immediate medical intervention. Rasheed was exploiting price-sensitive customers by cutting safety corners to achieve rock-bottom prices, literally gambling with customers' lives to maintain their budget positioning. Beechcliff sardines serve a legitimate purpose as the affordable American alternative to imported options, providing accessible protein for families shopping at Walmart, Kroger, and dollar stores. Their widespread availability makes sardines accessible to customers who might not otherwise have access to this nutritious protein source. The brand's American production and straightforward packaging appeals to customers who prefer domestic products and don't want to pay premium prices for imported fish. Beechcliff understood that many Americans wanted to try sardines, but were intimidated by expensive European brands. But Beechcliff's manufacturing process is so defective that they issued a recall of over 20,000 cases in 2010 due to loose can seams that risked bacterial contamination, including potential botulism. When your canning process is so broken that the containers themselves are contamination hazards, that's systematic failure. Customer reviews consistently describe Beechcliff sardines as having metallic odors, mushy gray fish, and rancid oil that resembles motor grease. The sodium content exceeds 400 milligrams per serving, which is dangerous for seniors on blood pressure medications who often rely on sardines for affordable protein. The cheap oil blends used in Beechcliff sardines spoil faster than pure olive oil, creating rancid flavors that overwhelm any fish taste. U.S. regulations allow oil blends that would be illegal in Europe, where food safety standards actually protect consumers instead of corporate profit margins. Beechcliff was exploiting American consumers' desire for domestic products by selling them substandard sardines that would be illegal in countries with actual food safety standards. Grandma Sardines appeals to customers seeking traditional, family-style fish processing at affordable prices. The nostalgic branding and ethnic market presence suggests authentic, old-world quality that connects with immigrant communities and budget-conscious families. The brand fills a real market need by providing sardines at prices that make this nutritious protein accessible to low-income families who can't afford premium imported options. The family imagery and traditional packaging creates emotional connections with customers seeking authentic ethnic foods. But many Grandma Sardines tins lack FDA approval, proper inspection, or basic traceability. The products often have no batch numbers, lot codes, or country of origin information, making them impossible to track if contamination issues arise. When your sardines are untraceable, that's not traditional. That's dangerous. Reddit users consistently report finding these sardines with dented cans, strange chemical odors, and oily leaks that suggest storage problems. The fish inside are often gray, slimy, and have metallic stenches that indicate bacterial contamination or spoilage. The lack of proper labeling means customers have no way to know where these sardines came from, how they were processed, or whether they meet basic food safety standards. Seniors, who are particularly vulnerable to foodborne illness, are unknowingly eating sardines that could contain dangerous bacteria. Grandma Sardines was exploiting immigrant communities and price-conscious customers by selling them potentially dangerous fish with no safety oversight, betting that customers won't question the lack of proper labeling. Wild Planet genuinely leads the industry in sustainable fishing practices and environmental responsibility, sourcing their sardines from well-managed fisheries with documented conservation practices. Their commitment to ocean health and responsible fishing is legitimate and industry-leading. The company's wild-caught sardines are free from additives and artificial ingredients, delivering clean protein that appeals to health-conscious consumers willing to pay premium prices for superior sourcing. Their sustainability certifications and environmental messaging reflect genuine corporate values, not just marketing speak, but independent testing found arsenic levels in Wild Planet sardines exceeding 100 micrograms per 85-gram serving. Arsenic is a toxic heavy metal that accumulates in the body over time, stressing kidneys and liver function, particularly dangerous for seniors and people on heart medications. The FDA allows higher arsenic levels than European standards, meaning Wild Planet's premium sardines would be considered contaminated in countries with stricter food safety regulations. Customers paying premium prices are getting heavy metal contamination that would be illegal elsewhere. The company's marketing emphasizes sustainability and environmental responsibility, while selling sardines contaminated with industrial pollutants. The disconnect between their clean-eating image and heavy metal reality shows how premium positioning can disguise serious contamination issues. Wild Planet was exploiting health-conscious consumers by selling them arsenic-contaminated sardines at premium prices, betting that customers would assume higher prices mean cleaner products. These bulk import sardines serve customers seeking maximum value and authentic Mediterranean-style fish at rock-bottom prices. The generic packaging and discount pricing makes sardines accessible to extremely budget-conscious shoppers who want to try this nutritious protein without major financial commitment. Some of these imports do deliver genuine value. Properly processed sardines in decent oil at prices that make healthy protein accessible to low-income families. The basic nutrition profile remains the same regardless of fancy branding or premium positioning, but independent testing reveals that up to 70% of these olive oil sardines actually contain soybean or sunflower oil blends that are often rancid. The 2018 UC Davis study found that 69% of imported olive oils in the U.S. failed purity tests, and sardine oils are even less regulated. The rancid oil creates plasticky, burnt flavors while potentially causing digestive inflammation. The FDA warns specifically about bulk imports with no country of origin or batch codes, as these products bypass normal safety inspections and quality controls. These unbranded imports exploit customers who assume all sardines are basically the same, selling them rancid oil and fish scraps while avoiding any accountability for quality or safety. Some companies actually understand that sardines should be safe, traceable, and packed in real olive oil. Hit that subscribe button if you're tired of playing roulette with your canned fish and ready to see the real winners of the sea. King Oscar has been Norway's sardine authority since 1902, building their reputation on cold water Atlantic fish and traditional Scandinavian processing methods that prioritize quality over cost-cutting. Their sardines represent everything right about European food safety standards and traditional fish processing. What sets King Oscar apart is their commitment to traceable batches, clean olive oil, and balanced sodium levels that won't send your blood pressure through the roof. The Norwegian processing facilities maintain European Union safety standards that are significantly stricter than U.S. regulations. The sardines themselves are consistently well-formed, properly cleaned, and free from the chemical odors that plague cheaper brands. The olive oil is genuine and fresh, without the rancid flavors that indicate poor storage or fraudulent oil substitution. King Oscar's quality control is genuinely impressive. These sardines look and taste like the package promises, which is rare in the canned fish world. The company maintains consistent quality across different varieties while avoiding the contamination issues that plague budget alternatives. At around $3 to $4 per tin, you're paying more than discount options, but getting genuine European quality standards and safety oversight. The price reflects actual quality improvements rather than just premium packaging and marketing language. King Oscar proves that traditional European fish processing still works when companies prioritize food safety and quality over maximum profit extraction. Patagonia. Provisions operates with a completely different philosophy than industrial sardine producers, focusing on traceable, well-managed fisheries and transparent supply chains. Their sardines come from specific fishing grounds with documented sustainability practices and full batch traceability. What makes Patagonia different is their refusal to participate in the usual sardine industry shortcuts. No shady imports, no relabeling, no mystery oil blends. Just sardines from known sources packed in genuine extra virgin olive oil with complete supply chain documentation. Taste tests consistently rate Patagonia sardines highly for thick fillets, fresh-smelling olive oil, and clean fish flavors without metallic or chemical notes. The lower sodium content makes them safer for seniors and people on blood pressure medications who rely on sardines for affordable protein. The company's transparency about sourcing and sustainability creates accountability that's completely absent from bulk import brands. When contamination or quality issues arise, Patagonia can trace problems back to specific boats and processing facilities. At premium prices, these sardines offer peace of mind and genuine quality that justifies the cost for customers who prioritize food safety and environmental responsibility. You're paying for actual oversight and accountability, not just fancy packaging. Patagonia proves that sardines can be both sustainable and safe when companies invest in proper sourcing and quality control instead of racing to the bottom on price. Ortiz has been Spain's premier sardine producer since 1891, representing the absolute pinnacle of Mediterranean fish processing. Their sardines are hand-selected, carefully processed, and packed in genuine Spanish olive oil that's often better quality than what most people use for cooking. What makes Ortiz the undisputed champion is their commitment to artisanal processing methods that treat sardines like the premium protein they should be. Each fish is individually inspected, properly cleaned, and carefully arranged in tins with olive oil that's actually worth the premium price. The sardines themselves are consistently perfect: firm texture, clean flavor, and beautiful presentation that makes other brands look like fish scraps by comparison. The Spanish olive oil is genuine extra virgin quality that enhances rather than masks the fish flavor. Ortiz maintains quality control standards that put industrial producers to shame, with batch tracking and safety protocols that ensure every tin meets their exacting standards. The company's reputation depends on consistent excellence, not marketing budgets and cost-cutting. At $8 to $12 per tin, Ortiz sardines are expensive, but they deliver genuine gourmet quality that justifies the premium pricing. This is what sardines should be: carefully processed fish in quality olive oil, not industrial fish scraps in rancid oil blends. Ortiz proves that when companies prioritize craftsmanship over profit margins, they can create sardines that are actually worth eating instead of just surviving. The canned sardine aisle is a minefield between companies that respect fish and companies that exploit your protein needs. Your grocery budget is your weapon, and every tin you buy is a vote for the kind of food safety standards you want to support. Choose the companies doing sardines right, the ones using traceable fish, genuine olive oil, and actual safety oversight. Avoid the corporate sardine scammers selling you contaminated fish scraps in rancid oil disguised as nutrition. Your health deserves better than botulism roulette and heavy metal contamination. Demand actual food safety and reward the companies delivering it. Hit subscribe if you want more truth about what's really swimming in those tins, and drop a comment about the worst canned sardine disaster you've ever opened. Until next time, keep eating smart and keep fighting the good fight against contaminated convenience food.